Life as We Know It with Tom Walton.
Books, the pathway to knowledge, the provider of wisdom, the light that shines the way to a rich and full life, the best way to put down time to good use. But while all that is true, books are also the bane of my existence. Like most people, I've accumulated over the decades a ridiculous number of books. Most of them I don't remember buying. I feel a little like Erasmus, the Dutch humanist, who once confessed, "When I have a little money, I buy books. If I have any money left, I buy food and clothes." I perused my vast collection of books the other day and wondered what in the world I was thinking when I purchased some of them. Evidently, I, along with the rest of the nation, was fascinated by the O.J. Simpson murder case back in the 1990s. I seemed to have every book written on the case by the Goldmans, the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, and O.J. himself. All of them were enriched by me because I couldn't say no to their blatant rush to cash in on the notoriety. I also have almost as big a collection of books on the presidency of Richard Nixon and the Watergate scandal that brought him down. I wish I had the money back then that I spent on them. Then maybe I'd buy a book I'd actually read. In that regard, I'm guessing I've read maybe 1/4 of the books I own. The rest gather dust on the bookshelves, in the closets, on the nightstands, on the desk, anywhere there's available space. My collection is mostly nonfiction, a lot of history mostly. Perhaps I'm the guy Jane Austen had in mind when she wrote the following: "The person, be he gentleman or she lady, who has not taken pleasure in a good novel must be intolerably stupid." End of quote. An excellent judge of character, she. I tried counting all the books that clutter up my house, and I stopped at 500. And I had a long way to go. There must be 1,000,000 of them. Maybe I'll sue Books A Million for trademark infringement. This is a problem in search of a solution. I could throw all these books away, but somehow I can't. Call it a character flaw, but my books are like my distant cousins. I don't get in touch very often, but they're family. I just can't throw them out. A second and more noble option is to donate them to the public library. Here's the problem with that. Books are heavy, especially when packaged together. Ever try lifting a crate full of books? Plus, I figure I'd need about 60 crates, each weighing 50 pounds or more. You do the math. For that matter, how do I know the library would accept them? How many copies of Gone with the Wind does any library need? What if the gentle ladies at the front desk take one look at the forklift I rode in on and tell me, in a cordial whisper of course, that I should just take all my books back home? At that point, a visit to the landfill might be inevitable. But if that day comes, some of my books will never see the dump. How could I part with Jamie Farr's Just Far Fun, a book that reflects the man who wrote it, one of the kindest souls I've ever met? Plus, he signed it for me. Maybe I'll also keep all my books about baseball, especially a rare one given to me by my boss, John Robinson Block, about the 1954 World Series. See my problem? Despite my determination to unload most of my books, I remain a bibliophile. I am comforted by the words of that great philosopher, Groucho Marx, who once said, "Outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read."
Life as We Know It is written and hosted by Tom Walton and is a production of WGTE Public Media. Life as We Know It with Tom Walton can be heard on WGTE FM 91 every Monday afternoon during All Things Considered at 5:44 p.m. Or hear past episodes at WGTE.org/life.